What's going on, you guys? My name is Matt and welcome to Downshift. If you guys watched our first video on our Carvana experience, thank you. This is going to be our 4-5 month follow-up video. And we're going to tell you how the car has been, review our process, and hopefully answer some of the questions that you guys left in the comments. Before we start anything, we have to settle something. If you guys did watch the first video, you'll know that there was a very large and, profound debacle as to whether or not Arby's was garbage or not. I lost.
Y'all agree with me, thank you.
The vast majority of you are pro Arby's. So here we are.
Woo!
We're getting Arby's. I have a gyro because that's what I was told is good. She's got a roast beef.
Sticking with the classic.
Not a roast beef and cheddar.
Not
she
a
will
beef
get
and cheddar.
so triggered.
Don't do a beef and cheddar.
No beef and cheddars.
Please.
No beef and cheddars. But I'm gonna dig into this gyro while we go through it. So first of all, fries. Well, I guess I can let you start since this is your car. Do you have any general thoughts on the experience?
So overall, I think it went really well. There's just a few little quirks here and there that were a little bit of a hiccup, but that's probably not the majority experience.
Are you overall happy with the experience?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Though it's more of a week's process to getting a car. I'm sure it's faster if you're in the area.
You could probably do it in a day or two.
Right. If you're
as long
faster,
as you have all the documentation and everything.
Right, and if you're in the area that you're picking up the vehicle, it's probably a little bit easier.
Yeah.
We had to have
experience. We had the delivery. But
we had to schedule
yeah.
a delivery or a pickup location.
Yes. And that did necessitate us waiting 2 or 3 or 4 days to get the delivery date.
Right.
I think the soonest one that was 3 or 4 days away.
So I mean, that was the only thing there.
Gyro.
I would
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna dig into this gyro.
Okay. So there was a few things though that once we got the car that were a little bit different.
Sorry.
That were a little bit different, a little bit unexpected. So the first one being, so we brought it home, everything was great, but then I noticed that one of the key fobs didn't work. I know, it's amazing.
It was good.
I noticed one of the key fobs didn't work, and I called them and said, hey, it's not working. They're like, well, try to put a new battery in it. They didn't tell me how to do that. They just said figure it out and get back to us if it doesn't work.
Well, we could take it to the manufacturer or dealer.
Right, so
It's probably just a watch battery.
so I still haven't done that yet, even after 4 months.
We lazy.
Don't care. The other key works, and that's all that matters for me right now. But that was one hiccup that I didn't appreciate.
Okay. But in general, you are
Oh yeah,
satisfied
I love
with
the
the car
car.
and the experience.
Yeah,
And
the car's amazing.
okay, so I'm gonna break it down. I'll also say that I'm pleased with the experience overall. We're in the car right now. By the way, this is actually our 1 year anniversary of getting engaged. So this time last year, we were actually going down to Lake Geneva, and then I proposed. So we're going down to Lake Geneva to look at the ice castles tonight in our car.
Yeah.
And I will just say that this car has been fantastic. We've taken it on a bunch of trips. We took it up to Toronto and back. I stopped at the Detroit Auto Show. You guys can watch our vlog on that. It's on the channel, so go check it out. But it's been a total champ. No problems. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I want to start at the top with some of the things that you guys mentioned. The first thing is price. You guys were kind of concerned, or not concerned, but asking whether or not we thought we got a good price. We had been looking at 2016 Mazda CX-5 GTs, the Grand Touring, is the top trim. We wanted the wheels and the nav and the LEDs and things like that. I'm very happy with the price that we got. We got a used one, obviously. It had a good amount of miles on it. It was just about 70-ish, 75 between there. And we test drove a couple in the Milwaukee area, and one of them smelled really smoky. Another one was just really not in good shape.
And no matter what they say to you at dealerships or anywhere else, they're never getting smoke out of a car. You can't do it. You can mask it all you want, but it's still going to be there, and it's still going to irritate people who have sensitive noses. So don't do it.
But in any case, what I was finding, and I did an extensive research, cars.com, Car Gurus, Auto Trader, Edmunds, all that stuff. we got this car, like their base price that they advertise on Carvana, there's no haggle, which I actually kind of like. So you don't have to stress out about that. Their base price on the car was like $1,000 less than what I was finding was the market average from a dealer. That additionally, on top of that, we had to trade in the Ford Focus that you guys saw. We got probably $500 to $1,000 more from that thing than I was expecting.
But that's not the case for everyone.
No.
I was just talking to someone recently that they were thinking about going through Carvana because they heard about our great experience with it, and they said that they actually gave a lesser, decreased value on their car than a dealership would have. Now, they also had like they had a much older car, so that could have been the reason why. Mm-hmm. But it just varies. You just have to ask them.
And you really should go on KBB or something to get an idea. Like, I'm not going to take my old 08 Passat in and think I'm going to get 10 grand for it. Yeah. So you have to weigh expectations. But overall, value, price, I thought it was totally spot on. There was no haggle. I didn't have to sit down and go back and forth with some guy and be uncomfortable. It was really nice. So as far as price and value, I think we did really, really well. Totally satisfied with the Carvana experience there. The process, like we kind of started mentioning before, geez, I'm a mess. The process is a little bit more time consuming, but you get to do it from the comfort of your own home. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you don't have to go in there and then sit at somebody's desk and haggle with them back and forth. One thing that you didn't like about the process was getting your license plate transferred. So she has a vanity plate, and then the way that we did it, it's the Carvana is headquartered and like legally run out of Georgia, the state of Georgia. Mm-hmm. So they had to go through the Wisconsin DMV and get the plate transferred. It took a few weeks.
And it wasn't even my vanity plate then. They just gave it, they're like, all right, we're not figuring this out, so we're just going to give you an entirely new plate. Which wasn't cool. They didn't really run it past me. They just did it. Which I guess is fine, because then I was driving legally.
Yeah, because you get a temporary tag
but then
when
you
you
have,
get the car.
But then, at least in the state of Wisconsin, I'm sure it's a lot of places, you then have to go into the DMV, fill out a few pieces of paperwork, get it back transferred over to your vanity plate, and then you have to ship it to the new license plate, the one they just give you, the general one. Oh. Then you have to ship that to the capital?
Madison.
Well, I mean, ours was Madison, which is our capital, but I don't know if that's the same for everyone. Which I also still haven't done.
It's just wherever like the DMV or the government is headquartered, which is typically the capital. Yeah.
Right. So I have to work on that still.
But yeah, other than that, the process was fine. Like we found the car that we wanted. It was available. We set up the date. Obviously, it was like a couple days out just because they had to ship it. It was not in Chicago, so they had to ship it to the Chicago area and then put it on the truck, and then the guys drove it out to us. Mm-hmm. But overall, it was fine. One thing that I also didn't like about the kind of process, but I can totally understand, is that you have to get insurance on the car before they can take it off the truck and test drive it. So that's kind of annoying. However,
apparently that's the norm now, even for dealerships.
I don't think so.
No?
Not to test drive it.
No, but to buy it.
But yeah, to take it home, you'll need insurance. But yeah, we had to before they could even take the truck or the CX-5 off the truck, we had to have insurance and proof of insurance. So we couldn't test drive it without the insurance, which was annoying. However, if you're getting to that point where you're taking delivery and you're that serious about the car, it's a month of insurance. Maybe you'll get it back. I don't know, depending on who you go through. Sometimes people will do like a temporary thing, or just cancel after a month. It'll be like $30. But insurance was kind of annoying. But then one of the other things that you guys had mentioned was the 7-day or kind of like test drive. Mm-hmm. A lot of you were like enraged, and you were calling us stupid that we would buy a car sight unseen and not test drive it and things like that.
We're still in it.
It's not true. Yeah, it's like that's not the scenario. So essentially you have to get insurance and you fill out paperwork and things like that, but you have 7 days. So think of it not as like a 7-day money back guarantee. Think of it as a 7-day test drive. So you have 7 days from when you take delivery of the car to drive it, get accustomed to it, see how you feel, and then if you don't want it after the end of 7 days, you just send it back to Carvana. There's no questions asked, money back guarantee.
Your car is totally sold done. Already. Get yours back. And luckily we didn't have to do that. I'm sure there's stories where people didn't like it and may have been either the vehicle itself or just not that for them anymore. But we went in knowing exactly what we wanted and weren't really looking for anything else.
Yeah.
So
it's a little bit more hassle, obviously, with returning a car, you know, getting it delivered and then having to return it and the money back thing. But you get so much more, you understand so much more about the car after the 7 days than if you were to just test drive something for 20 minutes. You get to understand, like, how you get your seat set up, how it goes on the highway, how it goes on the back roads, and, you know, stuff like that. It's a much more comprehensive experience. So I didn't mind that. And that was one of the things that you guys were kind of concerned about. Did you have anything else?
about that, no.
That's kind of as far as process stuff. Now, I want to talk about the car itself and how it's been. When we took delivery of it, it was very clean. However, we found a couple things in the car.
I found about 4 goldfish.
Goldfish crackers.
That-
Not living goldfish.
No, sorry, goldfish crackers. So they definitely had kids. I found a cap to one of those twist off applesauce packets.
Go-go squeeze.
Go-go squeeze.
Shout out Costco.
And then I found
And anywhere.
1 or 2 butter mints after dinner mints.
Were they individually wrapped?
No, it was just floating
Oh, it was
around.
loose?
It was like anarchy in here. Butter mints.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's
So they were
clean on
trying
the
to feed you.
surface. Maybe.
Maybe. That's
But
nice of
it's
them.
weird because, like, as you're driving, they just started flying out of nowhere. And Matt's like, are you eating goldfish in here? I'm like, I haven't had goldfish in years. No, it's not me.
Yeah, it was coming out from under the driver's seat.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So, though the surface, it's really clean. It did smell great.
Yeah, especially after that cigarette one.
Yeah, there's, just a little thing. So you might get
Arby's
lucky
is good,
and
by the
find
way.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah, so Arby's is good. I'll revise my previous statement. If I'm going to go to Arby's, I will get the gyro because that was really good. I apologize. What my thoughts were on the car is it's a used car. It was higher mileage, and we bought it sight unseen, as you guys had said. So there's a lot of things for people to think could go wrong or be wrong with the car. We've had no real issue with the car. You had a dead key, but that's just a battery thing, and that could happen to anything.
Right, but it was dead when we got it, so I would have liked it
That's
to have
annoying.
been inspected.
Carvana should take care of that, and they should check it. They have like a over 100-point inspection, so that should maybe add another point to the inspection. But as far as mechanically, the car has been completely sound. Like I said, we've taken it all the way up to Toronto and back. We've taken it all over the place. No issues with the car. The only thing is there was a nail in the tire. Not the car's fault. That's just life.
We live next to construction, so it could have been that.
Yeah. There was also had to get an oil change, which was a little strange. Like,
Within the first less than month.
yeah. So that
getting
I would
it.
have liked Carvana to take care of that, or at least I don't know. Maybe the dealership we took it to ran us through the ringer, but I don't know. In any case, it
I
wasn't
had
a
to check
huge deal.
engine. I had to check engine light within 3 weeks.
That was the oil change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was irritating.
But the only thing that's happened like wrong with the car is that the center console, the little cubby thing, the latch broke. So it was like flung
Also,
open.
the same week,
Yeah.
the
So
oil
everything
change light
happened
went
at
on.
once, but since then it's been totally cool.
Yeah.
And it's super comfortable. It drives great.
That's just a quirk of a car. You can't see that coming.
Yeah, and
Oil change you can, that you can't.
we also had the polar vortex here in Wisconsin, like 2 weeks ago, where it
Started.
was. Yeah, it totally worked fine, and it was like minus 30, I think. So very very cold
That
temperatures.
was
That really puts
without
strain on the
wind chill.
battery and things like that. So the battery must be pretty new if it's got 70,000+ miles and it's still starting at negative 30. But other than that, I think the car's been fantastic. The process was sound. The car has been great. I'm really happy with it. I guess my final wrap-up thoughts are just that. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. I suggest, it's definitely a viable option for those people who are looking for vehicles. It's not even like if you're trying to just save time, it give or take, it might.
Yeah.
If you want a better trade-in value, once again, give or take, it might. But I don't know. I think it's just another viable option if you're looking to buy a vehicle.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Yeah, for sure.
I think so too. And they don't have the same inventory as a normal dealer. They're not getting like brand new stuff from Toyota, Honda,
Right.
stuff like that. But like if you're in the market for a used car, it's absolutely a great way to go. You know, and if you live in a major city, Chicago, Milwaukee's going to get a Carvana thing, I believe. You don't have to worry about the delivery. There's not like a fee or anything.
They said
you can
within
go
maybe
and you
the
can
next
use,
year.
yeah, you can use the big token, and then it's like a big vending machine. It's like there's a little novelty to it, and it's a little fun. You know, versus being stressed out of going to like a normal traditional dealer, worried about having to haggle and kind of stressing out about that. So it just kind of takes that negativity out of the picture, which is really nice.
Right.
So yeah, I think I would do it again. You think you'd do it again?
Right.
Overall, I had a great experience, and I would, absolutely recommend Carvana. So
yeah, and I thank them personally for the process. Matt really did a lot of the legwork. I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about buying cars. So Matt really helped out in the beginning, doing all the initial paperwork for me, talking to them. But he said, their customer service was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Once again, the guys who came out, delivered the car to us, they were super great and nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend it.
For sure. So if you guys are interested in Carvana, go ahead, check out the description down below the video. I'll have some information for you guys to save you $500 if you want to buy a car through Carvana.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check out my referral code. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, patreon.com/downshiftmke, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.